Okay, so one of the key things that people are afraid of or people get frustrated with is when they set a debut and then the girl changes her mind about becoming a consultant and then she cancels the show. So I think it's one of the reasons why people are hesitant to even say to somebody, this is your debut show. And you don't want to not say it's your debut when it is. It's more of doing a cancellation clause. So how do you handle that?
Well, I've learned the hard way because that used to happen to me all the time. I'd think, oh, it's good, I have a debut, and then all of a sudden, like the week before, they get cold feet and then totally cancel. So what I've started doing is just when I'm show planning them and even on the phone, following up with them, I'll say, remember, this is still your debut, but, if you're having any cold feet or anything, don't worry. Well, you can even, if she's already made it a point and said that she's still unsure, like not 100%, I'll still say, you know what, don't worry, we'll have a fun girls' night. We'll decide that night, no pressure at all. I'm so excited you're getting this, this, and this. I'll go over the hostess benefits and just make it a real point to let them know that no matter what, we're still hosting the show because you still get everything. And even if you don't start, I'll be taking the booking. So you're still helping me out. So a lot of the time still they just want to know that you've done so much for them already. They feel bad almost not starting because they think, oh, well, she's already helped me with this and this, and now if I don't start, she's going to be mad at me. Right. So I found that's kind of the feeling that I would get a lot of the times with people that didn't start, and then they would be like MIA. You couldn't get a hold of them after because they just totally disappeared. So just, again, developing a little bit more relationships with people and your hostesses, and especially the ones that are starting.
Always remember that when you create guilt, people run away. So if the person's feeling guilty that she's letting people down, she's going to go MIA, even if she was a responsible person. And that's going to happen on your staff at every level. If you make girls feel guilty, they are going to not want to have business because nobody likes that feeling. When you make them feel great every time they have contact with you, even if it's giving some instruction, then they do want to be around. Guilt doesn't work in this business.
So carry on from the monthly meetings. So my girls, again, come to my dream team, like my monthly meetings that I have, which are only about between an hour and 2 hours max. And they also come to the monthly meeting. So now a lot of my girls actually come to my house and we carpool down there. So we all meet at my house in Kitchener, carpool down, and then we go down together to the monthly meetings. They come to a show of mine to view. And then I'll also do one-on-one coffee with them for anyone who needs an extra talk, or with anyone, if somebody has like a cold recruit lead, I'll show them how to do it, and then a few times, and then they'll do it on their own. So for example, like Kijiji cold recruit lead, or somebody on Facebook, or just a friend of a friend that's never been to a show or something, I'll sit down with them. And again, I've been like a professional at this the last 6 years. I've kind of perfected it, what to say, what not to say, the time frame. Like I have it down to like an hour max. Like know exactly what to say, what questions to ask, that sort of thing. So I teach that to my girls, and then they can do it now with their own cold recruits.
So if one of your girls has one of those cold recruits and she feels like she needs to have a meeting with her, you go to that first meeting and say, watch me, and then you'll do your own from now on?
So for example, Kim had one, and we always meet somewhere at a restaurant or something, and so I'll meet there. She'll introduce me to the recruit lead, and then I'll sit on Kim's side, and the recruit lead will be on the other side, and I usually bring with me my scrapbook. Again, it's that visual thing, and I'll go through it with them. I'll start off, and I'll show Kim, whoever it is, I'll show them. I'll just basically say, like, listen in, and then I'll do the whole spiel about an hour, and obviously that person still connects as well, but they kind of know, what the conversation was about, the flow, what I didn't say, what I did say, that sort of thing. And then after, I only did it with Kim like once, and she caught on, but there's others that I do 2 to 3 times, and then they're fine, and they know, because it is, you can't go in there with a list and it's like an interview, right, for a recruit lead, so you have to really know what to say and kind of the feeling and everything. So with my emails, I send out my staff emails. I am big on emails. My girls kill me probably, but it works for me, and it has it. And I just remembered when I was first starting, I wish I had more emails because I was more of an email person, and I like to go back to things and refer back to them, and I lose other things, like anything paper I lose, so I like to have everything on my computer. So I send my emails one step at a time. I have them labeled. I keep them numbered, and then I know who I sent it to and who I didn't just by I go into my sent folder, and I'll type in that person's name, and then so that number will come up as the last number that I sent them, so then I'll know, okay, so I sent her 15, up to 15, so now I have to send her like the next couple ones.
Okay, so if I can just interject in here, what Misti's talking about in terms of organization is she doesn't have a separate book where she wrote down every recruit lead and which email she sent them. She doesn't go into all that trouble because the emails themselves are numbered, so all she has to do is click on Jennifer Rigby, sent, she sees everything she sent to Jennifer. She can see the last email she sent her and what number it was. So there's none of this chasing around. So I think that's fantastic. There's not extra work that she's making for herself. So anytime you send those emails, stick to the numbers for yourself. It doesn't really matter that much to them, although you can refer to them to it as well. But that's a great way to, you think to yourself, oh, did I send Patricia, the third? All you have to do is hit Patricia sent. Oh, there's all the emails. No, I didn't send her the third one. And you know right away.
And it's good because sometimes I do. I'm like, I could have sworn I sent her that. And I'm like, did I? And then she's asking me for things, and I'm like, that was in one of the emails. And then so I'll go back into it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't send it to her. So then I know, okay, I got it, and then I send it out, right? Because sometimes, again, if you have a lot of people on your staff, you're going crazy sometimes. So it's good to have it. And it's very simple, and there's no keeping track of paper or anything. It's just all right there. I keep in touch with my girls mostly through email. They report to me through like text messaging. I have my BlackBerry, so if they have BBM, emailing, calling, or Facebook. I have a Facebook group for my girls, so the Dream Team, which I contact them through there, and it's the ones that I do have on Facebook, it's mostly for my events, so that I make a little event for, say, the monthly meeting or the Dream Team meeting, and it's more for me, so I know that's how I keep track of who's coming to the meeting. So, so for estimated seats, so if they are like, yes, I'm confirmed, then I know they're coming, and at least they know that that's the date, so they can't ever say, oh, I didn't know the date of the monthly meeting or the date of this. Well, if you are on the group and you have been getting my emails, like, there's no excuse. So right. I've never had that excuse in the last, like, year, and I used to get it all the time. Oh, I missed it because I didn't know. It's like, well, how did you not know? So now they do know. So keeping organized, I have my bulletin board on my computer. By my computer, sorry. So my computer's here, and I have it just on the wall. And I have my 3 cue cards daily, weekly, monthly for my manager priority. And I know I'll just read them again because this is something you need to know. And you guys all know it, but for the new people. So on my daily cue card, so it's just a little, cue card size, and I just write daily on it. And I have this right in front of my computer because I'm there every day, so I read it. Daily is the most important things are personal business, so bulletproof personal business. Bulletproof shows up, so who do I need to call to confirm, my hostesses, that sort of thing. Recruit leads, emails or phone calls. My beauty consultant, who am I helping them get to the next level, so if they're working on their raise. Qualified, who's recruit leads, and who's within their first 6 shows. Praise, teach, praise, challenge. And available, so basically I just wrote this for myself. How do I praise? So I appraise like who's available, who's reporting, who's like motivated or keeping motivated, my show average, guest attendance, sales, bookings, recruiting, that sort of thing. For weekly, Deborah's by Monday morning, 10 a.m., 3-week schedule and totals. Kits to order from Jill or Brad. Email the Dream Team. I try to do this weekly. I'm not as strict with it, and they don't really notice if I'm miss a week or something, or if it's a Wednesday instead of the Monday, but I try to do it at least weekly. Update, praise, I should praise them for certain shows, who's come to trainings, upcoming important dates, queen of sales, queen of that sort of thing on the staff, any contests that I'm doing. And then I mail out my hostess letters, my thank you letters for the weekly things. And then monthly is just my monthly Dream Team meetings and the monthly meeting. My goals for the staff and my personal goals. The monthly meetings, Amory needs to know number of seats, security deposits, and who's getting raises, and any contests going on. So that's basically right in front of me. And then also, this is what my system is because this keeps me on track. This is my white dry eraser boards. This is my pipeline. So I'm going to show you this. I'll just explain it first and then I'll walk you through it. So basically I have a whiteboard and there's 3 different columns. And on the top of the columns it says one column on the far left hand side is recruit leads. So recruit leads are people that I got, or this is the staff recruit leads. So leads from shows, from Kijiji, Facebook, yours as a manager, and your staff's recruits. So almost at 10 minutes.
Okay. Good catch.